So originally, I had plans for this pole right here. It's over here by our future shed site, if I ever get around to finishing it. But we're not using it. It's been here, it's kind of in the way for right now, and we got different plans for back here, so this post needs to come out. So we're gonna try to pull this post out of the ground using the tractor. It's been here a couple years, let's put it that way. I think about 3. It's plenty tall enough, it's plenty sturdy enough, and I have a feeling she's gonna be a bugger to get out, but only one way to find out. Just real quick, in case you're wondering why I stopped and reset in the middle of that, this pole, actually let me come around here. I was originally grabbing this pole right here, about, maybe a little bit lower. So if you look, I've only got about 3 feet this way and I've got about 10 feet that way. What I was worried about was getting it out of the hole and then having all that extra weight up high, tipping over and not being controlled. So once I had it broke loose where I could lift it out, I went ahead, went back down, reset further up the pole so that I had more weight on the bottom below where it's gripping than on the top where it was, you know, potentially a rollover hazard and could come back and bite me. We didn't want that to happen. So that's my theory behind it. Let's go ahead and move this, and while I'm at it, I need to go ahead and pull backhoe off because I'm not digging a hole this big by hand. Well, here we are off the corner of the house. We've got the post hole digger set up. Literally off the corner of the house. Hun didn't want it too close to the house. I don't blame her. But if I can get the angle right here, we're about lined up with the corner, if you can see that. We're going to be putting it this far away because I've known in the past of electric fences that have caused fires. Well, if we melt the siding of the house, it sucks, but it's not that bad. If we burn the house down because of an electric fencer, that's bad. So we're going to set the fencer on its own post out in the middle, and so that you can see, we're going to be going to that tree right there because that's our bee yard right there. of our subscribers asked one time how we set our poles in the ground. Well, naturally we use the post hole digger, but versus trying to heave this into the air, we're going to use the power of hydraulics. So this is how we do it. I start with finding the midpoint of the log. Now this is just shy of 13 feet. So half of 13 would be 6.5. So we're going to go to 7 foot, which is right here. Now we're going to the midway point because that end is heavier than this end. So I'm going to the midway point and then 6 inches over so that the heavier end will help stabilize it when I lift it. So what I'll do, I want this to slip a little bit, right in there like that. Now this will still slide and bite in. Now, we're just going to go ahead and use the tractor to do it. So with this wind, it'll also give you a good idea of how stable this will be. Now we just have to pack the dirt in. I got it somewhat level. We'll fine tune it as needed. Right now, let's get this stabilized. All packed in, let's clean up. Forgot the wire. So I have an idea. And what I did was I went to the store and picked up a turnbuckle, a couple eye bolts, and a clasp to hold it all together. We'll drape the electrical wire over this, so we got it isolated. We don't have to worry about it touching anything. We're going to go ahead, wrap it 2 or 3 times nicely, and then we're going to feed it back through the opening. And once we get it tensioned, we'll worry about trimming off the pigtail. This is what we'll use on the other end. Basically, I'm doing that because it's going to be hard to tension the wire once it's up there and I'm standing on a ladder 7 or 8 feet off the ground. So we're going to use this and basically run our wire, get it as tight as we can by hand, and we're going to crank the turnbuckle down and tension it up a little bit more. Let's get a rough estimate here. Yeah, we need just a little bit more. We're just gonna pull it out till it touches the ground there and clip her off. Good. All right, so feed her through and No, this ain't shady. Oops, and stay on the roller. 3 spins. Probably should have put the ladder further away. Oh well. So I've just got it anchored to the tree, and if you can follow the line down, good. If you can't, I'm sorry. But it goes all the way straight to the pole. And then off there, pulling a line down and attaching it. Now, where we're only running the bees off this right now, we're not going to put a temporary clip on there. We're just going to put the permanent one on for now. We will readdress this if we decide to expand on this, because ultimately I'm doing all of this for future projects. If we decide to get pigs, they're going to be stored over here where the orange fence is. We're going to need electric there. If we want to run them down in the lower garden to root that up, we'll have that available. If we want to run another line off that one out into the woods to run stuff down in there, we can. So we're just setting this up as a central point for any future electric that we need. Do a little bit more now so we don't have to do as much later. I'm going to set this a little high. So I got a couple of these little wood post isolators. Just going to go ahead and put these in to secure the line so that we get a nice secure point, so the wire's not flopping around in the wind, which you probably can't hear me because it's windier than Pete out here right now. Oh, good quality. And yes, I also just realized I need to go ahead and get a ground. It just so happens, might know where to find one. All right, irony abounds. So I have this ground rod that is left over from the telephone poles, the Blackwood Solutions video that came with it. It's so, I'd say about 8 feet long. I cut about 4 feet off it because, well, I don't think I need that much ground for this electric fence. The irony comes, the only way I have to get it started is what we showed at the beginning of this video. Yep, we're going to use the post pounder. Why am I not using new Mansaver? I don't have the attachment for this. Maybe after seeing the video, Mansaver will be nice enough to send me the attachment to pound 3/4 inch rods into the ground. Not that I use it that much, but I would if I had it. Woo! Missed that one. Thor would be proud.
Where's Mansaver when you need it? I'm way more out of shape than I used to be. Yep. Almost there.
Right or wrong, I just did that. And it just so happens I still have some of the copper staples that held some of this wire in originally. And with that, I think we just need an extension cord, maybe a 15-footer, 20, and we're ready to go for the bees. Hopefully, well, it's probably not going to be in this video, but the bees are coming. I don't know exactly when, but we will update when we get the bees in there and actually turn this on. Just to recap, the reason we did this is, one, so we didn't have to run 200 feet worth of extension cord out to the bee yard. Two, I ran it above ground like this so that if I'm running the tractor or the mower, I don't have to move any lines. I can just literally drive under it without a problem. We may, in the future, run power out to this pole individually if we decide that we want to put lights up or have some other electrical further out so that we don't have to plug into the house. But that's neither here nor there. We'll cross that road when we come to it. For now, we're set for electric. We're waiting on the bees. When the bees get here, I just need to weed whack around the fence real quick and flick it on, and we'll be good to go. And if we get other animals in the future, we'll be good to go. We just clip onto this wire and we're set. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're subscribed, because you know, we're kind of in a dead zone right now. We're not getting a whole lot of subscriptions. So if you're watching this, please think of subscribing, because you never know what we're going to do next. It's bees now, ducks earlier this year, might be pigs in the future. Who knows? Might be auto mechanics. I know I got a service on the tractor soon. And I'm rambling, so I'm going to shut up and say thanks for watching. Bye.